The house hums quiet in the evening light. Your laughter lingers soft and bright. Your shoes by the open door, but your footsteps don't echo anymore. The moon climbs high, a silver thread. I trace your dreams inside my head. Every lullaby still hums through the air, a whisper of love that says you're there. The stars remember what I can't hold. Your warmth, your smile, your stories told. Though miles may stretch and time may part, you live forever in my heart. I fold your blanket every day, pretend you're just a breath away. The clock keeps time, but I stand still, waiting for the space you fill. Your drawings fade upon the wall, but I can hear your voice through it all. The echoes dance in every room, a fragile joy, a tender gloom. I walk the garden where you planted. The flowers bloom, the colors fade. Your laughter hides in the morning dew, a secret song that carries you. The night wind whispers through the trees. It calls your name so easily. I close my eyes and see your face, a fleeting dream I can't replace. If love could build a bridge of light, I'd cross the stars to hold you tight. No distance wide, no sky too far. My heart will find you where you are. So when the dawn begins to bloom, I'll send my love across the room. Through every sunrise, every hue, I breathe, I ache, I wait for you. And when the world grows soft and still, I'll feel your warmth, I always will. For though we're worlds apart in view, my soul forever sings for you. "16 years, a shining light, Sebastian's laughter filled the night. From Hendersonville, his story is known, a boy with a heart that felt like home. His smile could chase the clouds away, he made the darkest moments fade. Touched so many near and far, left his mark on every heart. Bring Sebastian home, let the world see the love that awaits the family. He's more than a face on a missing sign, he's a son, a friend, a hope in our minds. Bring Sebastian home. until Sebastian's safely home. Every street and every door echoes with the hope for more, of laughter, stories, dreams to share, a world that's missing him somewhere. His kindness grew in every friend, a gentle soul, a helping hand. The memories linger strong and true. We won't rest until we find you. Bring Sebastian home, let the world see the love that awaits the family. He's more than a face on a missing sign. He's a son, a friend, a hope in our minds. Bring Sebastian home, don't let go. He's loved by many, let him know. We're searching, praying, holding on until Sebastian's safely home. If you see his smile, don't turn away. Help us bring him back today. Every heart that he has touched is reaching out, missing him so much. Bring Sebastian home, let the world see the love that awaits the family. He's more than a face on a missing sign. He's a son, a friend, a hope in our minds. Bring Sebastian home, don't let go. He's loved by many, let him know. We're searching, praying, holding on until Sebastian's safely home. Sebastian, you're not alone. We'll keep the light on, guiding you home. Loved by many, missed by all. We'll stand together, we won't let you fall.
Hello, everyone. It's good to see you guys. I let you guys know today during our stream that we would be covering Sebastian tonight. I've got a little something I want to put out there. But before we begin this, mods, don't block because of differing opinions tonight. We're going to do an open panel. We're going to let people speak their mind. We're going to let them form their own opinions of what we are going to present tonight. So, with that being said, I want to say welcome in everyone again. It is good to see you all. Choo choo, I have missed you so much. I am so glad you're back tonight. Hey, Breezy Ray, it's good to see you, baby. On the screen, it says, this content is all allegedly, in my opinion. Please do your own research and form your own opinions. What we're going to cover tonight is hard. Okay? And what we're going to cover stems from the photo you see here on your right. Do you guys remember this photo? Who remembers this photo on the right? And if there's anything in this photo that's not felt right to you before.
I think there was a lot of, I am so sorry. There was discussion about there being possible bruising at one time.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah, it seems like everybody remembers this controversial photo. It's the photo from his missing flyer, but it's also sparked up a lot of concerns about possible hand marks around his neck. So what we're going to do tonight, I don't have a lot of content, but we are going to talk about it. The link is pinned at the top of the chat. If anyone wants to click it and come up on panel, we can discuss it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys a few things. Okay? And then we're going to get down to business. On the screen right now is a photo. I know it's not clear and I know it's not the best photo, but these photos were taken out of Katie Proudfoot's divorce report when she divorced the fat bastard. We're not going to refer to him by his name tonight. He will be known as the fat bastard because I'm a little pissed off. So I'm going to let these photos play through. I will commentate on some of them. Why do you suspect that this photo of Sebastian was so important that it went into a divorce decree? Anybody want to take a guess?
Possible physical abuse.
Possible physical abuse. And what are we seeing?
It looks like possible bruising on the neck, maybe finger marks.
Okay, and this was back from the divorce.
Correct.
So what's this telling us, guys? I'm not going to give you. Give me in chat what you guys think this is proving. Go ahead, Chai.
Oh, this just shows, or this tells me that someone very likely put their hands on his neck. And as we discussed the other night, people with poor impulse control will grab you by the neck. Not in just domestic violence, but a lot of child abuse cases do that. The parent grabs them by the neck to make them stop, and they just can't. And children die because of that. They have a smaller airway. A lot of women die that way because they have a smaller, airway. It's really dangerous. So people with lower impulse control strangle people a lot more than people that can control their anger. You would think that goes without saying, but I've seen people that think the opposite. So it's not always a planned event to strangle someone to death. It's usually an impulse.
And this photo was taken, according to Choo Choo, sometime in 2016. Sebastian would have been 7 years until December that year. Guys, if you don't mind and you have a way of sharing this out, please share this out. I am sick and tired of the misinformation on these streets, the accusations coming at Chris and Katie. I am sick and tired of this green team sitting over there making up this false bullshit narrative that is getting more and more out of hand every day. I popped into Lolly's a little bit while ago just to see what was going on. Her new thing now is because in Zillow, Chris and Katie's home shows off the market. It means they're renting it out. Absolutely a bunch of bullshit. Bullshit. So, guys, please share this out. Hit the thumbs up. Do all the things to get this out there.
Yes, knowledge is power. And I stand with you, Krama, because I've been nice and I haven't said a lot of the things that I really wanted to say because I don't want you to get dragged into a stupid RICO fiasco.
Right now, at this point, Shy, I don't give a shit.
Okay, that works for me.
This is all alleged, in my opinion, on my channel.
As is your constitutional right.
And
Granny
enough
and Barbecue.
is enough.
Right. Granny and Barbecue have paid hundreds of thousands of dollars between the two of them to prove that we have the right to say what we want to. So there we go.
And I damn well am going to use that right tonight because I'm tired of this shit. This child deserves better.
I couldn't agree more.
Better. Again, guys, The link is pinned at the top of chat. If you want to hop up here, if you disagree with me, that's fine. All I do is ask you to be respectful. Mods,
Yep.
again, don't block anybody coming in that disagrees. We want to hear what they say. We're going to keep it fair, but I
Right.
am going to put it out there.
We like diverse opinions here. Tell us we're wrong. Show us how we're wrong.
That's
Talk
right.
to us.
And what I'm showing has been documented in a court.
Correct.
Okay. Now what we are looking at is the original photo from Costco. Wasn't it Costco? Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
And the receipt. So you guys answer me a question. Is there one receipt here I'm showing, or is there possibly two receipts? Put your number in chat of what you believe, if it's one receipt or two receipts. I'll go ahead and let it play a little bit so you guys can see it. Do you think it's only one, Breezy? Everybody thinks it's just one receipt. I think it's two. And I'll tell you why I think it's two. What you're looking at right now on the screen. This photo is also a receipt. A receipt that something had happened that possibly left these marks on Sebastian's neck. In my opinion, allegedly, of course. But I believe this photo also is a receipt. Welcome in, everyone. You get mad, upset, sassy Krama tonight because this stuff has went too far. Now, we are all aware of an instance that we've been told supposedly could have maybe happened at Seth's house the weekend before, which would have been about maybe a week prior. So does this look like an old bruise or a new bruise? What are you guys thinking?
I'm thinking it's not like, looks like it may have set, I can't tell from the shadowing. It looks like it may have set a day or two. It's not yellowed or green, but it's not fresh. Like it's not red with purple striations. I'm looking at it. I mean, that's just my opinion. I can't tell very well. Just blowing it up on my computer screen, but that's what it looks like to me. It looks fairly new, but I don't think it just happened right before they got to Costco because it's not red. There's nothing, there's no purple marks. That's just my opinion.
Okay. So let's continue on. There may be possibly something to that. It's got to cycle through because it is a video. Breezy thinks it's about a week old. Well, right here on my screen, and I'm going to pull it up and make it bigger. These are photographs of the bruise in subject at all different times after the injury. See the labels displaying the characteristic sequence of color changes. Dashed circles indicate the test sites on the bruise area and intact skin in its vicinity, black and white arrow respectively. So you've got 48 hours, which would be the black bruise here on the left-hand center or the left-hand side. The next one goes to 72 hours. You still see some green, some red, black, purple. The next one is 119 hours. There's a little green tinge, but it's starting to fade some. The next one is 194 hours. The next to the last one is going to be 238 hours. And the last one will be 359 hours. So, where do you think this happened at? How many hours? To me, it looks about to the 192 hours. The fourth one from the left, the third from the right.
I would agree with that.
So how many days are in 192 hours? Carl, you're our math genius. Can you figure it up for me? Todd, do you have an answer?
No, I'm going to defer to Carl because he's the resident mathematician.
I'll get on my calculator right now in case he's busy and he can't do it.
Okay.
Eight days.
Okay.
8 days.
Look at that. Amanda and Carl knew it right off the top of their head.
GG of 3, exactly. There is a police report from the weekend before at the father's house, allegedly. That cannot be FOIA'd.
Correct. And that's per SF, correct?
Per SF,
Correct.
because of an ongoing investigation. Now, guys, I'm presenting this evidence. You guys, feel free to go out and do your own evidence. Hey, Aries, it's good to see you. That's right. We've got the motts, the applesauce. Now, I'm going to play.
You got to say nasty shit, Ricky. God, I'm a nasty mother.
I'm going to play Cluminati. Okay? We all know Cluminati is close to Chris and Katie. Hey, everyone coming in. It's good to see you all. If you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up. Please share this information out. We need to get it out to as many eyes as possible to stop some of the bullshit that the Green Team has been spreading. But we've got Cluminati. And allegedly, there may be some motts and some applesauce in her life that may correlate with what we're seeing through photos. So let's give that a listen.
Fucker.
There's your answer. I just got to say nasty shit. Oh, it was the roast beef. Yeah. Well, you know what? That's all y'all's fault because you fuckers go around here calling her beej. And all I think of is, where's the beef?
He's sending me.
That news break out, whenever I wake up, they'll be like, squirty stories. So I'll just go through my notifications.
I'll give you a little breakdown of Cluminati's live to this point. She's reviewing Brittany J because we know Brittany J is always full of bullshit. But there comes a part in Brittany J's live where Lolly and some of these other ones that are spreading this misinformation about Katie being on the run and about Katie's van that we've already debunked are in her chat, and they're trying to tell Brittany J and incite more bullshit and drama and spread rumors and do what the green team does best. Sorry, gut, I'm not looking at chat. Welcome in, everyone. If I've missed saying hi to you, I am literally pissed off. Pissed off.
No way.
Whenever I wake up, there'll be like 20 stories, so I'll just go through my notifications real fast. Try to send the ones that I think you would like.
What? Lolly, how'd you find that out? No way. What?
Motts, can you drop Cluminati's link,
Oh,
please?
nice.
Lolly
snowflakes.
says she's moving to Cali.
Going back to Cali.
Why would she move to California?
If you can afford it, it's a beautiful place to be.
Sebastian's mom.
Wow. And what about Chris?
I would
Yes.
assume he's going with her, if that's the case.
Well, she said just her, like,
I mean, Proudfoot too? I'm making a big pot of soup beans
I mean,
with ham hock.
Katie is a
homemade
proud
cornbread.
foot.
Guys, for the ones coming in, I'm asking you guys, share this out on your page, share it in Discords, get this information out there. There is so much misinformation going on right now. We've got to get ahead of it, stop this bullshit, and stand strong for Sebastian. The drama and bullshit can wait. This is important.
Cut up a
Katie is a proud foot. What do you mean proud foot too? Katie is a proud foot because unlike you, her man proposed and they got married.
onion and a little bit of chow chow. Girl, you know you country with that chow chow. My dad loves that stuff. You like chow chow?
Yeah, a little bit.
I've never seen us have
It's
any
spicy
here.
like kimchi, isn't it?
Yeah, my dad likes it. I think my dad likes it. I know my grandpa does.
The older I get, the less I can eat spicy food. But I'm still like, I can eat a bunch of spicy food. Now I just can't bring myself to do it to me.
And this bitch that Clue's reviewing, she is the majority of the misinformation. She pulls her bullshit. I don't care what anybody says because she does this to be a distraction, to keep Sebastian from being covered. She works with Seth Rogers. She has said the most horrible things about Chris and Katie when now all her skeletons are coming out of her closet.
So I know it's going to be fiery out the other end, too.
I don't know that we should say she's on the run, y'all. I
It
don't.
sounds weird. Yeah.
I never understand when people say that. Like, if you ever take a shit and it burns, you got fucking issues. Like,
That's right, Lip Locked. It's all about the money. It's all about the money. But in reality, it's a missing child. A missing child that apparently had something going on with him to where there is allegedly, supposedly, whatever, bruises around his neck. Anyone wants to grab the link, go ahead. Grab the link, come up if you disagree with me. Grab the link, come up if you want to bitch with me. It's all good. Yeah, Carl, she's doing exactly what Seth wants to distract.
Let's be
I don't want
honest.
it to be. Go ahead, Chai.
If Sebastian's found, what happens? The money ends. The money train is over if Sebastian's found. All these channels that found themselves after Sebastian went missing are going to go upside down. And so is his biological father. His parents, Chris and Katie, are going to be just fine because they work for a living and don't grift.
Exactly. But I'm telling you, my soul is not worth selling it for a little bit of money to protect some fat bastard. Sorry. Not sorry.
I stand with Krama.
And if anybody in here from the green team is listening, Tell your big boy Seth to come on down. Tell him click that link because I've got some questions and I will ask the right questions. Number one, where is Sebastian?
And why haven't you looked? Why are you lying? Why are you telling people that you went searching every day when, oh, that's right, Seth, you admitted in a court order that you only looked for him 4 times. You
4 times.
lie. You lie.
But spent $25,000. His words, not mine.
Yeah,
in gas money searching.
No, that's not gas money. I highly suspect that has to do with his bad habits that have to do with his computer that Microsoft called the police on. Maybe he has subscriptions to something that, is concerning. Just saying.
Just saying. This is all our opinion. This is our freedom of speech. We're allowed to say this.
Not even joking. I know it's going to be spicy out the other end too. I've never taken a shit and been like, wow, that was spicy.
Yeah, maybe you should say that.
Yeah, I don't know that we would say that. And
that is odd. You got to find out if Chris is going or not.
Yeah, where did that come from? And I'd like to talk to Seth.
Miss W,
What?
He was searching.
CP's not with her.
Oh.
What?
You got to get some official.
Yeah, we need some.
Right
Give me some sauce, y'all. Ain't that what the young people say?
Sorts, yeah.
Can I get some sauce?
So BJ, you want some sauce? Here it is. You better look again at who is sitting on your channel, who you are supporting, unless you're okay with it. I mean, who knows? Hey, everybody coming in.
That some motts.
Not that we doubt you, but just we don't want to be running with gossip.
Yeah, we're going to need some motts. We don't need no more outrage or misinformation.
Oh, look at her copying queen.
Which I do trust Ollie. I just don't. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to need the motts on that. Some sauce. You got all, Jenny Machete said yes. All the sauces, please.
Well, where did she get this from? The news.
Yeah, Lolly texted me and told
Her
me she's
psycho
going
fucking
to
brain.
California. Hold on. Bro. Oh. Well, yeah, okay, it's a rumor. She's been traveling there already. Split up is the rumor. Okay, so Lolly is putting Lolly just put a big exclamation on it that it is a rumor. So rumor has it, potentially, they split.
So Lolly put a big explanation. It's a rumor. Why freaking spread rumors? Why?
Could it be to create dissension and take the focus off of finding Sebastian and to look away from Seth and to make it look like Katie and Chris did something nefarious?
Oh, yeah, you're exactly right, because I remember a few Green Team creators that showed this bruise and blamed it on Chris and Katie. Now, we've looked at it. We've looked at the analysis. And we can tell you that bruise is about 8 days old.
Correct. I
Putting
agree.
him at the weekend during the time he was where? You guys say it in chat. Where would he have been when that bruise happened?
And she's Callie.
Where's
Bam.
the rumor coming from?
Where'd you hear it from, Lolly?
Is it somebody who knows them? Or?
Oh, hold on.
Hey, Vixen.
Damn, should I be upset that, we just made plans and shit and this bitch is gonna take the fuck off? Idiot. They've also been moved out of their house for a year, remember? They've already sold their shit and moved out. Been over a year. How do y'all know?
So looking at my chat, everybody's of the same consensus. He was at a fat bastard's house.
How do y'all know she's moving? I thought she'd already moved. Y'all got eyes on the house she don't live in anymore. What a bunch of idiots.
If you guys haven't hit the thumbs up, please do. It helps get this out there, and this is definite information that needs to get out there.
Just based off of the fact she's been going there.
Oh, I guess she's got to address this link into that.
Oh my God.
Oh, dang. Interesting.
And what, it's been a couple years now since Sebastian's gone?
Yeah.
2?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good question. You think? I bet I know. I bet I fucking know. I bet the FBI has made them body doubles. So when we went to get our hair and she dragged Chris Proudfoot to go too, kicking and screaming, I bet they were fake.
I bet it was too. Chris and Katie are so devious they would send in body doubles just to trick Clue and Cletus. Really, guys, I'm joking.
I bet they were CP and KP robots. Good hair, though.
Interesting. Thank you, Lolly.
Yeah, too.
Wow. Interesting.
And how many divorces has he had already?
Well, Craig, if you want the answer to that, I'll help you understand it simply, right? About as many as your mom. And I'm not just trying to make a your mom joke either. He's been divorced about as many times as your mom. Do you understand now? Yeah. I'd be careful with that judgment, little boy.
If he were to divorce Katie, would this be 6? Divorce number 5 or 6?
You know, he treated that boy like crap, beating him and treating him, you know.
Allegedly, yeah.
As if, well.
Chad just dropped a link in chat to where you can do your own research. Guys, there's 108 in here. We're only at 50 some likes. Does that mean there's that many haters watching?
Hey, we'll take your likes too, haters or
That's
dislike.
right.
We don't care. Just hit it. Hit a thumb. We don't care. Up, down. Just hit the thumb. You got this.
Kitty kindness, if I had the option, I would, but it just sometimes shows up on videos and sometimes it doesn't. Hey, big girl for life. For you guys that are just coming in, we, in the beginning, showed a photo. It was a very controversial photo when this all come about. The Costco photo. We went through a series of a slide of different photos. So you guys, if you want to, go ahead and rewind after the live. You can stay with us now, but you can rewind and you can see where the information is coming from. Also, there is a link pinned at the top of this chat. If you guys want to come up on panel after we finish playing clues and discuss this, that's completely fine. Tonight, everybody's opinions can be heard. We're not going to argue, but we're going to listen to what Clue has to say, and then we're going to discuss it.
I mean, the CPS was called, right?
Yeah, there is 5 CPS. I think 5 CPS reports.
I mean,
Oh, well, I don't know about you, but I don't think I'd be throwing shade to anyone with 5 CPS reports, Craig. Considering your bitch just said there were 6 the other day.
he admitted he beat him with a belt.
Yeah, he did.
And they too
Hey,
kept
guys.
custody of Sebastian. Should we be worried about your kids, Craig? Because if you're going to sit here and say there was all these CPS reports and obviously CPS failed Sebastian, are they failing yours?
So, I mean, you know the story. I don't have to tell you.
Yeah.
Point being, like, he acted as if Sebastian was the problem, and 2 years after he's gone, it wasn't the problem, was it?
Don't know if they're separated. They're definitely
Sebastian wasn't the problem.
They don't seem like Sebastian's your problem, but that poor baby.
This will be your sixth relationship.
5
Sounds
divorces.
Like, women have a problem with you. You can't keep a woman for a reason.
Saying you never even got to finish hearing, or no, you didn't even get to hear the first
I
part.
try to stay away. That's what we were talking about earlier. I stayed away for that.
That's a lot of shit talking coming from two of the most cringe people on these YouTube streets.
A whole year, because
Wonder if CPS was called when Seth had allegedly, Sebastian holding him against the truck by his fucking throat, off the ground. Wonder if they were called then.
Seth holding Sebastian up against the truck, feet off the ground.
And that's not uncommon in child abuse cases. It's just unreported.
I'm not so sure, though, this one wasn't reported. We had that instance at Seth's the weekend before that nobody can FOIA because it is part of the ongoing investigation.
That is correct. Father of the Year may have slipped up.
And, for you guys that was here in the beginning, we seen the photos of Sebastian that was in Katie's divorce report that alleged something similar. So let's see what else Clue's got to say, because it seems like she had a lot of motts and applesauce in her life.
this story bothered me so bad.
Because of his spectrum and stuff.
Yeah, it reminded me of my child, and then hearing that he's being abused.
I also wonder if those CPS reports contain any, statement that may or may not have been overheard by a may or may not be neighbor that said something along the lines of, "I can't stand that kid. I wish he was dead."
Wow. I don't hear the Green Team reporting those words.
Never heard it from him.
Never heard it. What do you guys make of that?
He has no coping skills.
Do what?
He has no coping skills. We've all seen that. All he does is act out. Anything that's a minor conflict gets a violent reaction. Look how he reacted to Trevor, not T-Rev. Trevor Lee. Trevor Lee didn't deserve that. Imagine what Sebastian saw. That's what he did to a almost stranger. Imagine what he did to his kid.
So,
Be interesting. Read.
Want some receipts. Well, this is allegedly, in my opinion. I mean, I put out some information in the beginning of this live. You're welcome to go back and look at. Then do your own research and form your own opinion.
Oh, also, a lot of this is in the divorce decree. I'm sure that you can find it like on X, or I don't know if you do X. I know it's on one of Clue's earlier channels or earlier shows, the divorce decree. I have no idea what the date is, but I'm sure she titled it. So that's a receipt. And I understand what you're saying. I can see that. I don't have my contacts in, but I can see what you're saying. So you feel like that we're taking this at face value, but it's really not. What we're doing is we're looking at the pictures, comparing them to statistics, talking to people that were involved, doing like a little mini timeline. I mean, we're not like seeing alligators in the backyard like what Lolly thinks. We're all educated.
And
So,
I'm not taking Clue at face value.
no.
I have done more research on this case along with some of my moderators.
Sure.
Oh, okay. I got you, Depops. we're not taking this at face value.
No, I mean, if it was just one YouTuber saying it, I trust Clue. I think Clue tells the truth. I've never seen her not tell the truth. However, I would think, okay, maybe she only heard that from one person, blah, blah, blah. But there's physical evidence on a photograph, possibly, and there's a divorce decree, a court document that kind of backs that up. So I feel safe believing that all this is accurate, in my opinion.
Depop, I don't think you're being argumentative. I get where you're coming from.
I don't think you're argumentative either, and I really appreciate you pointing that out, because a lot of people that might not be posting or listening, and they probably have the same question. So I think it's good that Krama can explain that. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, but there was also a statement, Choo Choo's mom, from, I guess, in this report. Allegedly, in my opinion, all of that. Clue gets her information from a source, yes. Carl said, let's work on those thumbs up. Guys, for you guys that have been with me, if I did not believe this 110% in my heart, I wouldn't be putting it out. The guys that have been with me know this about me.
Agreed.
And
No. Go ahead, Terry.
I even consulted today about even putting it out, because I didn't want to put something out that could hurt the case.
Right.
And a homicide detective, and I'm not saying it's a homicide detective in Sebastian's case, so don't get that twisted and run off with it. But a homicide detective said, after 2 years, it needs put on blast. So here we are. And I agree, Breezy. It's important at this point. Thank you, guys.
Knowledge is power, and the Proudfoots have been through enough. Let's find their kid, right? I mean, it's obvious to me, only in my opinion, Seth is not interested in finding Sebastian. Seth is interested in meeting women and grifting, and that's my opinion, and that's what I believe, and I'm not likely to change that. I haven't seen him do anything but cry on a dime and then beg for $1.
That's right. And you will notice with this channel, we do not beg for money.
Nope.
I do set up a goal, but it's a small goal. It's only there to help with my software and my programs and things like that that keeps my channel running. I'm not out here begging for money. I genuinely want Sebastian found and the truth to come out. So please don't ever classify me in a class like Lolly. I have professional people I work with, Chai being one of them.
Probably.
Use buys. Yeah.
Yeah.
I stayed away for a while because I was waiting for you to go to it.
Or if there was anything in there about how, you know, when someone didn't take the trash out on time and got in trouble, he was made to clean the inside of the trash can with a little sponge and a fucking, you know, water hose, cigarette butts and ashes and all kind of nasty shit.
Thank you so much, Shauna, for the $2 super chat. She said, love you. I love you too, sweetheart. And I'm so glad that things are better for you.
You can pay it online. Is that right? I can pay it online, huh? We gon' make it. We gon' make it. We gon' make it. We gon' make it. He said, out next to you and seen yours on YouTube Live.
Thank you to Christy Jennings for the $2 super chat. Keep up the good work. I'm not going to keep playing T-Rev for you guys, but I do appreciate it, and thank you very much. Salty Mamas, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. I appreciate it, sweetheart. Music City Mom, thank you for the $5 super chat. I'm glad to see you here tonight, sweetheart. I need you to email me and tell me how your journey with your weight loss is going. Thank you, guys.
I wonder if any of that stuff is in there.
The difference.
Summer Girl coming in with the $10 super chat. Go. We love you. I love you guys too. And especially Summer Girl, you are one of the most kindest human beings I have ever met. I appreciate that. Shauna coming in with the $2 super chat. Got it started. Now the end. Thank you, guys. We did make goal. I appreciate you guys very much. Nana's Dragonfly. I was on the other side. Now here. I stand for Sebastian. I'm scared what this man went through. Nana, I have a link at the top if you want to drop it and come up on panel.
I'm sorry.
I know, Nana, you have been right here in this case from the very beginning, like the rest of us. I know you've had strong feelings, and I know you went through a lot of heartache because of how you were treated by individuals over this case. So, sweetheart, if you want to come up online and talk to, or up on panel and talk to us, you're more than welcome. Go ahead, Chai.
Oh, I was just going to say it's really good to see Nana's Dragonfly in here. She's been through a lot. She's been drugged through these streets.
Yes, she has.
I think it's awesome to see her.
And Nana was hardcore Seth.
Yes,
Hardcore.
she was. And even if she still is hardcore Seth, because I haven't kept
That's
up,
fine.
you know, we don't care. I'm just glad she's okay and she's here.
Yes, me too. All right, let's finish listening to what Clue has to say. Oh. Say you say too. Welcome to the Krama family. We're glad to have you. Yes, big girl for life. We love Nana. Welcome up, Nana. How are you? Can you hear us, sweetheart?
I hear you.
Okay. How are you doing?
I just want everybody to know. Yes, I sat on one side, and now I'm sitting on this side. And I'm really not either side.
Right.
And I have come to a conclusion that I'm for Sebastian, you know.
And that's what we are. Team
Yeah,
Sebastian.
I know.
Yep.
And that's why I feel so passionate for being here, because I see that you all are more for Sebastian than bashing one parent or the other. It doesn't have to be bashing the parents. Nothing has been brought out on either parent. And just seeing the facts that we're seeing, you have to put it into your own perspective, what you feel in your opinion, you know.
That's right. That's why I encourage doing your own research, forming your own opinion. We can show you what we have, but that's up to you to form your own opinion.
And I know there are people on here right now going, but Nana, well, I got caught up in a mess. I'm not there anymore. I left there apologizing to everyone, and I'm not going to go there again, but I'm saying I even apologized to Chris. And if it came to it, I would apologize to Seth
I think
because
that
it's just not right for anyone to bash one parent or the other when nobody's been accused. So anyway, that was mainly what I wanted to say. I'll sit here and listen with you for a while if you'd like.
Okay. Now, we do have a lot of Seth bashers. And I'll be honest with you, I lean more toward Seth having done something. But that's because I have done a lot of research.
Mhm.
In the beginning, I was a Green Team mod.
Mhm.
And when the blog photo came out, it disgusted me because I seen what they were doing. And I did come to the dark side. But I have always stood by the fact that Katie is a grieving mother. I'm a grieving mother myself. I lost my daughter 2 years ago. And I recognize that in her.
I agree with you. I never, that I can remember, ever bashed Katie. I never called her anything. When they talked about her looks and things, I couldn't do it because I'm a mother.
Right.
I used to always say, how can you accuse a mother of something like that? I don't know. I just can't put my head around accusing a mom of something like that because she birthed that baby. She didn't raise that baby from day one on, but I don't know. I can't put my head around it. I could never think of a mother doing that, but they do. But it's not for us to say that. It's for Ellie to find out what the truth is and where Sebastian is and what happened to him. And the only way we're going to know is if it's ever brought out. You know, that's just where I stand right now. I don't stand on one side or the other. I stand with Sebastian.
Has your mind changed this far in that there may be something more to Seth's manipulation?
Possible.
Possible.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's finish.
It's possible on both sides. We don't know. I will never, ever go into another channel and base my opinion against parents unless it's actually brought out to be the truth.
Mad
That is
respect
the
for
smart
that.
thing.
Mad respect.
Yes.
I learned my lesson. It was bad. Do I get respect from everybody from it? No. But I have to live with myself for what I did. And I can only apologize and I can only say that I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. And it is what it is. And I'm here today and I have a lot of different opinions.
And
So,
that's why I did the open panel tonight. That
Yeah.
way everyone could voice their opinion. It's not just one-sided because the majority of my chat is, it's not that we're sided, but we do side-eye Seth majorly. If that makes sense. Hey, Trip, it's good to see you.
and
We're going to finish listening to what Clue has to say.
I don't down you all for that. It's how you feel and what you think. But as I said, I'm not going to base my opinion on anything anymore.
And
It's just
I respect that.
you gotta learn a lesson and you gotta move on. And I'm not going to bring up my husband, but when he died, it made me think a lot about a lot of things.
See,
You know,
when this
life is
case
short.
first,
I'm
yes,
sorry.
it is. When this case first started is when I lost my daughter. That's how I become invested.
Oh, I'm so sorry, sweetheart. I'm so sorry.
Guys, if you haven't, please hit that thumbs up. We surely don't have that many in here hate watching.
Hey, and like I said, pick a thumb, any thumb. We don't care. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Hate watchers, just pick a thumb and click it. That's it. Easy.
Guys, as soon as we play this, I'll go back and read some of the comments if nobody else is going to come on panel, and we'll discuss those also.
Story.
fucking losers.
Lord in heaven knows I stayed on that one for a whole year.
You jumped on the Pizzagate stuff, and I had to drop a lot of stuff. Like I quit watching Alex Jones for a while because he was covering it.
Oh God, yeah.
I couldn't stomach the fact that the things they were talking about all these children.
Him apologizing to James Alefontis is still
It's all alleged.
I don't have nothing
Allegedly.
against Alex, but I still say you.
It's also interesting that the only parent who actually, has on a judicial record somewhere of putting their hands on Sebastian would be Seth. Isn't that wild? Just wild. Katie literally makes the claims, and I may or may not have talked to someone who witnessed it. Bro, shut up, Craig. Shut the fuck up.
You're wrong for that shit. You should have never apologized to that dude. But that's just my little hang up.
Well, I mean, he suffered deeply for that Sandy Hook, and they kicked him off a lot of platforms.
Yes, you're right. There are CPS reports on me because I called them myself when I turned in a pedophile. You know what those CPS reports said?
Okay, that's the end of Clue's video. I cut it off there because I'm not bringing her daughter into this discussion. The link is pinned if anyone else wants to come up and give their opinions on what we've discussed tonight. I'm going to go back up and read some comments.
I will say that I find it rich that Craig is talking about someone else's CPS reports when he has numerous ones that he can't seem to explain whether CPS opened a case, didn't open a case. And I will say the incident with the firearm and the drunk with kids in the house, I've been to a case where a 2-year-old climbed on a laundry basket, climbed on a dresser, got the firearm, and it ended tragically. The stuff happens. You don't think it's going to happen to you. Those people did not wake up that morning thinking that their 2-year-old was going to end up like that. I'm just saying, that house, those kids, I don't blame whoever called DFS or whatever. What do they call them down there? CP, whatever. DF, whatever that division of children's services is. I don't blame them. If you're a mandated reporter and you saw that, I fully understand why you would call. That was scary for the kids, for everybody. And it's dangerous. Drunks with guns never win.
All right, Straight Talker says, I would never stand behind a parent not cooperating with LE. Bubbles All Day says, why file a frivolous lawsuit?
Oh, good. Let's talk about that. What
Okay.
a better way to try to get people to shut up, right? Because he being the fat bastard, sent a bunch of C&Ds to Clue. I can't remember all of them. I just remember Clue because it's hanging up behind her desk, and I love that.
And we just went over that. Was it
Right.
yesterday?
Yeah, I think it was yesterday. So
We went over the blip boards and the C&Ds.
that's right. What a better way to control people than to make them not talk about your son. But unfortunately for him, there's 2 parents. And his other, 3, because I consider Chris a parent. And they want Sebastian's name out there. They don't care if they get slandered, defamed. They don't care. They just want their child. And it's just really suspicious to me that he would want people to be silenced. I don't like it. It feels bad. It's another form of control. And then, so that didn't work, keeping them quiet. So then BJ has always had it out for Granny. and she drug Granny into the lawsuit. Tony wanted, I don't know what happened, but somehow or another, Nick approached all these people to get them into a lawsuit, to get them to shut up and say that they, were violating RICO, which wasn't. RICO's a criminal statute. I've had offenders convicted of RICO and went to federal prison. So that whole civil suit has never made sense to me in all my experiences in criminal law.
Locked and Loaded said, you really think At Night is working for free?
Absolutely. But they're actually getting paid in the interim through their little, I got to be careful what I say there.
Yeah, maybe we'll stay off the At Night stuff tonight.
So, yes, I don't think they got a retainer. They stated they're working for free for Seth, but I do, in my opinion, believe they're making bank off of this and other things.
Bubbles says, in my opinion, SR should answer questions that we have here on the dark side.
Agreed, but Seth pre-blocks people. Like, he's admitted it. He'll go through chats, and if he doesn't agree with you, he blocks you, even if he's not in the chat. I don't understand that, because Nick does the same thing. I think Tony does too, because I've been posting along, and I'm like, who's Tony? And then I'm like, oh, he must have blocked me. So I'm assuming Tony does as well. So I don't know what the pre-blocking is about, but it's very weird.
Straight Talker said, the fact Chris and Katie never let on to the public they suspected Seth tells me a lot, because those calls the green team has leaked prove what they believe. Yeah, I found that very interesting myself, because we didn't know anything. And then when we heard it, it was like, huh. But I mean, even on Sebastian's birthday, excuse me, when Katie was on Duchess's panel, she didn't badmouth Seth. They made it clear they didn't want anybody badmouthing anyone.
Right. And even Chris said that is Sebastian's father. As much as he doesn't agree with him and the things that he's done, he wanted people to respect the fat bastard, which I have a lot of respect for them to do that, because I don't know that I could be that kind.
I mean, if you're in the middle of an investigation and you truly believe that the counterpart is suspect and you don't want to blow the case, I could see that maybe as a possibility.
Yeah, that's true. Good point.
Okay, I'm still...
So can I say something before you go on?
Yeah, babe, go ahead.
So I never agreed with Brittany doing the RICO. Never talked about it on her panel that I agreed to it. Never ever told her I agreed to it. I told her I didn't agree with it. But another thing is, there was a big thing about, well, on the green team, when I did leave, well, what about you wanting to do the Sebastian law? You were very adamant about doing the Sebastian law, me. And yes, I was. But I dropped out of it because when Seth did a live, he talked about that he had a Sebastian law in place. So I dropped out of it. He never asked me to join it. He never asked me to help him with it. So I just kind of bowed out of it because I knew he was working on it. A lot of people think I turned my back on Seth. I turned my back on Sebastian. I did not. Never did. I was not that close with Seth. I never talked to Seth personally. So how could I turn my back on someone I never talked to personally?
That's a good point, Nina. Breezy says Robin needs to come forward. She knows the truth about how Sebastian was treated.
That's one thing that's always troubled me. she said that Sebastian disclosed something to her. She's a nurse practitioner, so she's a mandated reporter by law. She was supposed to report that, which makes me believe that Sebastian disclosed about something about Seth, because only in my opinion, I believe that if he said something about Chris, she would have blown up the phones telling on him, because she does not like him. Because when I was a green team member, I used to post with her at Justin's. She was clearly not a fan of Chris and Katie Proudfoot. And I feel like she would have blasted him all over. I feel
Are you
like
talking about Seth's mom?
yes, Robin.
Hey,
Yeah.
Body, it's good to see you, love. The link's at the top, sweetheart, if you want to come up also. Body is
Isn't-
another one that doesn't choose sides with the
But
I
parent.
love Body.
Isn't it ironic how she disappeared?
Who, Robin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just hope her health is okay. I don't know. I just hope something didn't happen to her health wise. I don't know where she went. It's just very weird, because I can guarantee you that if my grandson went missing, I would never shut up until he was home.
Right.
Absolutely.
Okay, Body's getting ready to do a show. She only has like 10 minutes. But,
Oh.
you know, you guys, if you come in my chat, she's here sometimes. She has been on panel with me. So, Grace asked who's on panel. Right now, it is me, Chai Crimes, and Nana's Dragonfly. I can take this down now. And that way it shows us all. Okay, much better. Thank you, Carl, for dropping Body's link. Okay, let's go back through some of these questions. The most hated troll, blank screen. It's good to see you, love. I just named off who was here. I'm going to drop blank screen's link also. If you're not subbed to him, please do. Locked and Loaded said Rico was destruction, in my opinion, even more than silencing and deepening the division. I agree with that 100%.
I feel like that was the goal too. I feel like they needed to conquer and divide, whoever they is. This was a planned lawsuit, and it's a terrible lawsuit. I don't know if anybody's read it. And like I said, all my reports have been I'm a certified sex offender predator expert, which is no bragger, but I've read thousands of reports over the years and criminal briefs. I can't believe it. With this case, all it is personal crap. You don't put bias in a court report. I've never seen anything like that. I can't believe it even made it to Superior Court. It's insane, in my opinion. I mean, everybody has a right to have their feelings hurt. I get that. I've said things that are hurtful about Seth too. And should I have always said them? Probably not. However, I don't know him. And it's based on his behavior, not only he did it to himself. I know I keep saying that. And it's not, I know I minimize what I say about him, but I mean everything I say too, so I'm not really apologizing for it. But I'm trying to be nice, and it's really hard for me. So go ahead, Krama.
Hey, Melissa, it's good to see you. You can drop your link if you want to, Melissa. Melissa is Justice for Alyssa. She will be going live about her daughter's case.
Oh, good.
Body says, the dark side was the only group that accepted I didn't have a side.
Well, correct.
Spilled tea department. I agree with that, but she did come out and say Katie took and passed lie detector tests. You know,
Yes.
that caught me also.
That is true.
Body says, however, I am very anti-injunction. Sinrissa, I'm on that missing child side. Exactly. Grace says, Gavel, blank screen comes up as the most hated troll, I believe. But Kara's right. You don't have to take sides to recognize behaviors we have witnessed. And that's where I stand on it. You know,
Right.
we've listened to Seth. I went all the way back to the beginning. I covered all his interviews. We listened to his words. And that just strengthened my opinion.
I believe that a lot of these creators enabled him to become worse and worse for whatever's going on with Seth. Smiley should have ended that as soon as he went nuts on on Trevor Lee. As soon as he started doing that and showed that he had impulse control, anger, rage, that just was not okay to air. And she covered her face and just kept going. It was obscene, in my opinion. She should have ended it. But I know then nobody would have known what Seth is really like. I hear that all the time. But then again, what if Sebastian's okay? Does he need to see that? What if Sebastian is alive and well, and if Seth says playing in somebody's basement, watching video games, playing video games? I mean, does Sebastian really need to hear all that? No. And I'm going on the assumption that he's alive until it's proven otherwise. Because we're like the hope team. We're not so much the dark side, we're the hope team. We hope for the best. We know what the worst is, but we hope for the best.
That's right. And I will cover this case. But I mean, I've told you guys, there's things being put out. I like Bullhorn Betty and a few others that make my skin crawl. You know, I do not want to think that Sebastian he's deceased. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to think that. I believe in my heart when he's 18, I hope, I pray he's going to show back up. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'm going to keep that faith, hope, and love that this child is going to come back.
I agree. I mean, there are cases, lots of kids have come back. Look at Elizabeth Smart, Sean Hornbeck, JC Dugard. I mean, her federal parole officer, or the perpetrators, freaking missed her living in the backyard and having 2 kids. How that happened, I don't know. Because I'm a retired parole officer, and I can guarantee you, we went in pairs. Somebody would have caught something, in my opinion. Maybe, I would hope I'm not that complacent, or wasn't that complacent. But there's so many people that are found years later. So it could happen. And I'm hoping that that's what happened with Sebastian.
Me too. Let me get in to these chats a little bit more. Carl still swears by the date. Straight Talker says, I've just taken the known facts, and in my opinion, some have been cleared. Buddy says, that's true, child, the hope side. Maybe that's what we need to rename ourselves, is the hope side.
I like it, because we do all have hope. We hope that none of the parents are involved, and that Sebastian just left on his own and is doing his own thing, which I know is highly improbable and possibly impossible. But you know what? People said the same thing about other missing kids that were found years later. So I'm holding on to the hope. Until somebody shows me otherwise, he's alive.
Trip said there's a lot of kids and teens that do come back. And, you know, we all know there was stress and conflict in the dynamics of that family.
Yeah.
There really was.
Mm-hmm. That's true. I mean, they can't even agree if Sebastian wanted to live with Seth. I mean, that's still a very hotly debated topic. Even on the Web Sleuths interview, Chris told Seth, "Oh, you talked to him? that would have been nice to know that. So, Kristen, I don't know if you wanted to live with him or not, with Seth. We don't know. And that's still a big subject for debate. Maybe he just went away and found some friends. Hard to believe, but anything's possible.
Crimson Moon says mask slipped 100% in my opinion. Why did a father of a missing child go above and beyond to lie, distract, and silence people trying to help him find him? Hi, Krama Chronicles. Hi, Crimson Moon. It's good to see you, sweetheart.
I agree with that. And my biggest red flag with Seth is the people he associates with. He hired a team and an intelligence team that only exists on X, and they have other companies and things. However, he also hired a PR guy who has no education or experience to have that position. And then there's just no one on that team that has any experience, and he fired everybody that could find his son. He fired Heather. He fired Chloe. Anybody that possibly had the education and experience to find him, for whatever reason, Seth got rid of them. I can't explain it.
Buddy says she's down to rebrand to Hope's side.
All right, let's do it.
She said, because I don't follow the BJ shit, just the Sebastian, and that is still called Dark Side, and it's unrelated. I agree.
Yeah.
I don't cover BJ.
No.
Pickle OG, it's good to see you. She said something about him triggers something in me that I recognize. Red flag. Why do you think Nick signed a 2-year contract with Nick and Hong?
Well, Nick and Hong are pro bono, so Seth, it's free. Seth doesn't pay anything. I don't know I'll be right honest. What does Nick accomplish? There is no $500,000 reward. There's none. That's been debunked. There's no dog the bounty hunter coming up here to search. Trump has never come with his army of people to find him. It's like at night, intelligence seems to put things out and people just buy it without checking into it. And that's kind of a disservice to this child. In my opinion, we need facts, not fantasy.
Exactly. Italy loves VA says, and he issued C&Ds and sues people. Locked and Loaded says, with my experience with hunting tracking dogs, which I saw was completely different than search dogs, but for a dog to react like that tells me struggle and adrenaline was secreted in the pond.
I agree with that. And I don't know much about search dogs.
I don't either.
I do agree with that, just based on what I've read.
Grace feels it has something to do with Sebastian turning 18.
A lot of people feel that way. It's a possibility. And who knew out of that lawsuit, the people that were picked at the most for being low functioning and people picked on them the most, Taco and his wife were the only ones smart enough to pull out of that RICO thing. So I don't see anything wrong with them. They did the right thing.
Crimson.
In my opinion, I think, and I'm very strong about this, that Seth disappeared, or Sebastian, I'm sorry, disappeared because of the three of them wanting to put him in a home.
And that's what Body thinks. That's what she has told us.
I think he overheard it, and I don't know where he is, but I really do believe that.
You know, that is a possibility. I mean, what child wants to go into a home? A group home setting?
Right.
Exactly, because he actually was a high functioning autistic boy. Yes, he
Yeah.
was going through puberty. God, I can't even say that word. But he was going through a lot of emotions, and all the things that he went through on both sides put a lot of emotions in him, you know.
That's true.
I don't know. That's just my opinion, but
I think right now, I don't think he even looks like his flyer. I think if he's, really just playing video games like what Seth said, I think he probably has facial hair. He's probably a lot taller. He's probably filled out. I mean, I just don't think that the flyers. I'd like for them to do an age progression, but I don't know if it's been long enough yet for Nick Mick. I'd have to look, but they might do an age progression for him. I need to look that up.
Akira says Sebastian will be 18 at the end of the 2-year contract, just saying. Salty Mamas thinks that they're making a documentary on it.
Oh, that I believe 150%. Nick submitted the Cavalcante documentary that he did. Nick has wanted to be a producer since before he went to prison until after. There's always been Chris and Katie. Chris even addressed that and said that there's not going to be a documentary while he's a minor because Katie has to agree, and Katie is not going to agree.
Buddy says we should do a deep dive into the dogs because she's dumb as F about them too. Yeah, I am too. That's why I don't speak on them much. I hate to speak on them without knowing. Hey, Carrie Moody. Carrie says, I think the same. He ran away because of the possibility of going to a home. That or Seth did something for a reason. I don't know the reason, though. It's just red flags all over.
Right. I mean, my big thing with Seth is his behavior. He's basically ruined his child's entire case. And that's my belief. Based on his association with people that have nefarious, I'm trying to think how to word this so you don't get in trouble, that may have nefarious leanings that may only exist. I mean, it's fact. At Night Intelligence only exists on X. They're owned by One World Media. So I find it hard to see that they're valid. So the people that Seth has surrounded himself with and fired the people that could get the job done make me really side-eye him.
Locked and Loaded has a question, and thank you so much, Locked and Loaded, for asking this. Nana, this question is going to be for you. Okay. BJ denied that Tony said SR was napping in his truck on break. Do you remember that conversation, Nana?
Yes, I do.
Do you know we have looked and looked and looked for that footage, and it has been totally disappeared off this internet?
It's scrubbed.
So you're saying who said that?
Tony.
BJ denied that Seth said SR was napping in his truck on break. Do you remember that conversation? And if you do, can you let us know what you remember?
The only thing I remember is Terry Lynn brought it up. And she has connections, and she said that he was napping in his car.
But Tony never said it on BJ's panel that you're aware of?
That he wasn't? Are you saying that Tony said he wasn't?
No, that he was.
Correct.
No, I don't remember that.
Okay.
To be honest with you, I really don't remember him saying that. No, as far as I know, we all thought that that was not true, that that was just rumor. But I could be wrong. I mean, a lot of things are blurred to me right now. You know, I kind of, no, I just kind of,
Go ahead. I hear people stop and then I jump in and I apologize. I don't mean to be rude, but it just comes out that way.
you're fine. I'm thinking before I speak, so I may have time in between. But no, I don't remember him saying that. But the only person I remember saying it was Terry Lynn.
Okay.
I remember the reason I remember Tony saying it is because it was a response to Terry Lynn saying that. And he said, okay, let's put the rumors to rest. Seth was asleep in the parking lot. He was on camera, and then he was off camera for a while. That has nothing to do with Sebastian being missing. And if I could have clipped that, I wish I would have. But I didn't. That's the only thing I remember.
I
Have you
remember
asked-
it being like that also. And so does several others.
Yeah, have you asked Nonsense for it?
Yeah, and I went back through Nonsense. She does have Brittany J's live, but that information is gone also out of that live. I don't know if it's something that maybe law enforcement has asked them to remove. I don't know. I have asked every creator I can think of. I have searched high and low because there's at least 30 people that are my subs that remember this conversation. We remembered he was sitting in the chair. We remembered everything, but that part of the interview is gone.
Yeah, I'm not trying to protect anybody. I just don't remember that.
And that's understandable.
Yeah,
that's fair. That's totally fair. If you don't remember, you don't remember. No judgment.
Christy Sunshine says the first thing that got me was the first thing Seth does when he finally went into Katie's home is look down at Sebastian's shoes, not go in a frantic and asking questions to Ellie and Katie. And Christy, thank you for saying that. That is one of the first things that I picked up on also. How would he know what was in Katie's home? To know there was no shoes missing.
Oh, he'd been in there. He had the keypad. Seth said that. I mean, to his defense, I'm not defending him, but when he used to be able to go in and get Sebastian's things that they weren't home, they all got along at one time. And he was able to go in and get his things.
Okay. Locked and Loaded said she knew she heard it.
I feel like I heard it on Jay's, but Jay won't talk about it at all.
The first time I actually seen the clip after the fact was on Jay's, but it's not there no more. And I think Breezy Ray might have been the one that seen it there too, but she's looked also.
Okay. I do know from my cases, they can make things just go away, law enforcement, by asking the content creators or whoever to just make things go away. Most of my cases weren't YouTube. They were in Tor, the software that nobody needs to download ever in their entire life. Because it's very bad. But they can just make things go away. They can ask content creators to remove that, and they will. From my understanding. And then they ask them not to talk about it for obvious reasons. I don't know if that's what happened here or if it's just my imagination, but maybe that, maybe that's an explanation is they were like, hey, can you remove that just so that we can, clip it?
I mean, my chat right now, everybody is 100%. They heard it. They know it.
I can even remember Tony's shirt. I can remember everything he was wearing, sitting in the chair. He was irritated. It always struck me as odd that he said that because I thought I didn't know that much about this at the time, but maybe Seth got in a fight at work or something with an offender, and he needed to go. He went to medical, and they're like, "Okay, go take a break for a while," which they do that, and he just went out to his truck.
And, you know, Body just confirmed there's no record of it anywhere.
That's right. I don't think we could have all dreamed it, but maybe. I mean, but I don't feel like that's groupthink. We would all be thinking the same thing, that Tony was in that orange, peach-colored shirt in a chair, and he was leaning forward and talking when he said it. I remember it. Maybe I made that memory up in my head, but I don't think everybody else did.
I don't know. It's hard when we're all remembering the same thing. Carl says he believes it originated from TikTok. Others are saying that it was on Terry Lynn's. Someone else said maybe Lore Lodge. Thank you for Alyssa for dropping that over in the other chat. Body said she was mainly on TikTok at that, and she never saw it. So
I don't have TikTok. I don't have anything but YouTube and X, and that's enough for me.
Body said she was.
Go ahead.
She was never able to corroborate it herself because she never heard it personally.
Oh, gotcha. That's fair. I just find it so hard to believe that all of us heard it. And the thing is the people that know probably can't talk about it if they saw it. The content creators, if they removed it, law enforcement probably, I would imagine, they said, "Hey, can you just remove that?" And they did, and they were like, "And don't discuss it." Okay.
If it was on Josh's guys, I went through his also. There's a big time frame in there that his videos are deleted or unlisted or something. But trust me, when I say I have searched high and low, I honestly have. Straight Talker has helped me. Yeah, Carl, it was on BJ's panel. Cher was on there. That allegedly woman was on there. Nana was on there. But I don't remember Nana saying very much. I think we've talked about that before. Nana didn't really speak during that live.
Yeah, when it came to things that I didn't believe in, I got quiet. To be honest with you.
Body said she went through the transcripts of every live Tony was on.
Wow.
Tripp says Mandela effect vibes. Scrubbing information off the internet involving an investigation is definitely a thing.
Yep. Because it's part of the investigation.
Yes. Austin, we are looking for the fact when Tony said that Seth was in his truck taking a nap that night. Trip, the link's at the top if you want to come up. Liplock said, or Locked and Loaded, I'm sorry. My eyes are getting tired. No NDAs were signed. There was a lot of NDAs signed. That was another reason I left the green team. I was asked to sign an NDA, and I wouldn't.
I don't understand that. I really don't. Why would you sign an NDA for a missing child? I mean, I could see if you were worked in reality TV or something, you don't want people giving spoilers. For TLC.
We do know. Oh, sorry, Chai. I just wanted to.
No, you're good. I'm just thinking out loud. Go ahead.
Nana doesn't need to answer that question. We know BJ signed an NDA because she is part of the At Night RICO.
Right. I didn't sign an NDA.
Can I ask if you were approached about one?
No, I was not.
Okay.
Good. That's a stressful thing. To be asked to stifle your speech in a missing child's case. I'm just surprised how many people signed it. But then I'm still surprised that somebody got a tattoo of this child on her body. That's a content creator. I really can't understand that one when she's covered 1,000 other cases. There's something else going on with that, in my opinion.
Oh, sorry, guys. I
I
dropped my
think
cup.
it's just she's a psycho. That's all I believe.
I agree. I've never seen anything like that.
Body. Have a great live, honey.
Have a good night, body.
Hey, girls, I'm going to have to drop down. Thank you for having me up.
Oh,
Hey,
you're
thanks for
welcome.
coming up.
I mod on another channel that I see they're coming on, and I need to go there. But thank you
All
for
right,
having me
sweetheart.
up. I
Thank you.
appreciate you letting me tell my thing. I'm not ever going to defend myself again. I don't need to defend myself. I know
No.
what I know, and I know what's in my heart. And who believes it, who doesn't, doesn't. And, you know, like I say, life is short, guys. Just
Nana,
live your
you're a
life
good
to the
person.
fullest.
You're
Yeah.
a very good person. You're sweet
Well-
and you're kind. So people just need to get off your ass. Excuse my language. But yeah.
It
They
is
need
what
to
it
be
is.
alone.
You know, I made a mistake and I own it, and it is what it is. And, you know, like I said, I'm for Sebastian. I hope he's found. I hope he's alive. I really do.
I do
And
too.
that he'll come back one day. I think he might have just got mad about the whole situation and found a way out.
Right.
And whoever has him, I hope they're taking good care of him. I
Yeah.
don't want to believe that he's not with us, you know. But anyway, I love you girls. I've got to go. And thank
All
you
right,
so much.
sweetheart.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night. All right, guys. Breezy says binoculars said it too. Her neighbor's granddaughter worked at the same jail, said he was missing from 12 to 2 or something. Maybe I could do that and go through all those lives that binoculars was on, because there's not a lot of them to go through those transcripts to see.
That's an interesting take. If I had time, I'd do it, but I don't.
Do what?
If I had time, I'd help you do it, but I don't. I probably won't for a little while, but I can try to go through them and find it.
Straight Talker says, I wish we knew what to believe from Terry Lynn. I can think of so much shit she said that is weird. I'm
Yeah,
right
but
there with you.
That's the thing about, I don't know if she does it or not, but I think she said she did. When you smoke a whole lot of weed, weird things happen. Your memory changes. I mean, I don't smoke, but I know in college we used to smoke and fight over the last Dorito. So I don't, and space out and flunk finals and all that. I don't know, but I feel like there's a whole lot of people involved in this case on the green team that smoke a whole lot of weed. Hong said he did, so I tend to believe him.
Mystery Chick says, I do recall him saying it. Maybe Earth has it recorded, because some of us watched TikTok back then, but definitely come out of Tony's mouth. I will message Earthy and see if she does have it, because I know if she does, I know she'll give it to me. Gamma says, I'm not on TikTok and I don't watch BJ or TL, but I did hear it. See, I know J for J had it clipped, because that's where I had seen it. Breezy and I had talked about it, and when I went back to get it, it wasn't there. What's happening? I haven't seen anyone on harass. What are you guys talking about? I missed that. all because she don't remember saying it being said.
I'd rather her admit that she didn't remember it than have her say, well, maybe. You know what I mean? She's honest. I appreciate that in people, and especially in this case, because not very many people are that honest.
I'm not going to question why she didn't admit to it. I
Maybe
do know
she
she
really
was
did.
on the panel.
She may not have remembered. There's a
No,
lot of stuff I don't remember.
and
Right.
especially after you've went through a tragedy.
Absolutely.
I wrote, Pam says multiple people have mentioned Seth being off camera a couple hours. It may or may not be relevant considering a camera's to exit jail.
True. See, with the camera thing that bothers me, I don't mean to interrupt you. Here I go again.
Go ahead.
Seth took people out of their cell and talked to them alone, which is against federal law, Priya, because what happens if that one person decides to escape or run and get in someone else's cell and start assaulting them? You got a whole big problem, right? So I always wondered why he did that. Why did he take someone out of their cell and talk to them alone? He said he wanted to help them work through their problem. This never made sense to me. Does that have something to do with the 2 hours? Was he in a cell talking to someone that didn't have a camera in there? It just seems odd.
Yeah, I don't know. Crimson said, I noticed a recent blur of memory from some. Girl, so have I. And I have noticed that information that I knew was there is not there. I know I forget things at sometimes, but I don't think I forgot that. Oh, I didn't know QB was back to covering Sebastian's case, Carrie. I'm just reading through chat. Gamma said I did watch Jay, so maybe that's it. Straight Talker said I would be interested in knowing when Voices of Truth became a non-profit, if it correlates with when Seth ended his. Straight Talker, I will tell you that maybe or maybe not being looked into.
The homestead of family values has always been confusing to me. Maybe Seth's putting a lot of... No, he's not putting money in there. Seth is terrible with money, in my opinion, because he said that Tony and his sister micromanage every dime he has, which makes me think he spent it on things he probably shouldn't have. Maybe on the computer. For instance, there's a... Nope, stop, Chai, stop. So, yeah, he could be doing something that a lot of us would never do on the computer.
Titta Tatter Tat Tat says TL doesn't smoke weed, she smokes cigarettes. That's all I've ever seen her smoke too, was cigarettes.
That's cool. I mean, I don't know shade. I don't care who smokes pot. She just seems like dingy, although I can seem that way myself, but you know what I mean? She seems flighty sometimes. I mean, she seems harmless. I never really watched her, but I've seen her on other lives and stuff, and she just seems flighty, I guess you could say.
Titta Tatter Tat Tat said I was in Tennessee and I searched with her. Cigarettes, not marijuana. Try to stick to facts. TL doesn't smoke weed.
I believe you. You know her. I don't.
Why would Tony care about Seth's money? That's strange. That was asked by Carrie Moody.
I don't know. Isn't that weird? Tony said he and... What is Seth's sister's name? I cannot remember. But Seth said they both take care of it. That might be.
If Choo Choo's in here, she'll know. Choo Choo, do you remember Seth's sister's name? Titter-tatter-tat-tat. Thank you for searching for Sebastian. But
Yeah.
we're going to stick to the topic. We're not going to get into whether or not TL smokes marijuana. That's none of nobody's business.
I don't care. I'm just saying, I know a lot of people that smoke a lot of weed, and sometimes they're dinging like that, and it's harmless. When I was a sex offender officer, sounds terrible, but I'd much rather have my offenders smoke pot than go drink. I'm just saying.
Carrie remembers Tony saying it. Her name was Sarah, and Pickle said he and the sister control it. He said it on Lore Lodge.
Okay, I did see that.
Locked and loaded. I'm dingy sometimes too.
Oh, me too. I'm 61 now. You know, I don't have to be a perfectionist like I used to be. So I try to be, but it just doesn't work anymore. I think it's great that Terry Lynn searched. I don't know her. Anybody that put their boots on the ground, I have respect for. I'm just saying that right now.
Okay. We're going to move on past Terry Lynn. This is about Sebastian.
Correct.
Does anyone else have any questions or anything they want to talk about all of this? The link's still pinned if anyone wants to come up.
Do you want to go back to the front before you close out and see how people feel about, do they feel like, after this is almost over, do they feel like Sebastian could have been physically abused by Seth?
Okay.
Based on the divorce decree and the photographs?
Pyro said it was on BJ's panel, and Tony answered, and it's been scrubbed. That's what I say, and that's what I'm sticking to, too, because that's what I remember. But yes, I will show this video again about how we got to this point.
I know there's a lot of newer people in here that weren't here at first, and I just want them to see where we're coming from, you know, and get their opinion.
Crimson says, I think it was mentioned on a couple of panels, but the thing that is missing is when Tony was on BJ's panel. I believe, and I think he was speaking for Seth and seemed zooted. Crimson, exactly. That's what I remember.
Was he wearing a peach colored, like a coral colored shirt? I know I'm crazy for asking that, but that's how I remember him saying it. And he leaned into the camera. Nobody else is going to remember that peach colored shirt. I have issues.
Thank you, Carrie. We are going to keep covering it until Sebastian is home or we find something different that says he's not going to. But here is the video I showed earlier. Wait a minute. Okay. This is the first photo that we are playing is from the document from Katie's divorce report showing some allegations. At this time, Sebastian would have been around 7 years old. You can look at the photo, come to your own conclusions of why it would even be in a divorce report. The next photo that we're going to see, I've got to wait till it cycles through, guys.
Oh, I'll drop that link in case anybody wants to search.
Okay.
If they're a research junkie like I am, which I hope so, because it's very cool to research.
Okay. This is the picture in question for you guys. That are just coming in. This is the picture from Costco's that Katie had taken, also on the FBI flyer. I'm going to add this one to the stage to show you. These are 2 photographs of Sebastian. The one that we are questioning will be the one on your right-hand side. You can look at that picture and form your own opinions of what you see and don't see. What's the second photo? They're both, the first 2 straight talker are when it was photographed from Katie's divorce. You can see it right there. Okay, guys, drop Terry Lynn. Titter, tatter, tat, tat. No one is speaking ill of her. I've asked for it to be dropped. Please respect my wishes. This is about Sebastian. I'm glad that you searched with her. I'm glad she's your friend. Now, that's it. This picture, like I said, is the picture from Costco. Sorry, guys. I'm a little frustrated right now. This is the picture up close. You guys can look and see if you see anything. That would make you think that there's something there. Yes, and the second picture was a receipt from Costco. Thank you, Sinrissa. I just don't like when people come and try to derail my chat when I'm covering a child. There's enough channels on these streets that cover drama without it being drug into mine. I don't care what Terry Lynn does.
Listen, I'm accountable for that. My apologies, because
No, it's not something. Don't apologize because it was addressed. You apologized already and it should have been dropped. That's just it.
okay.
Christy Sunshine says bruise on second picture under cheek. That's what I see too, sweetheart.
See, and if you were going to grab a child, that's where your thumb would go. I've seen those pictures 1,000 times from my offenders because it goes around the neck and it goes right there and constricts the blood vessels and airway. I mean, if that is a thumbprint, if someone said, hey, here's a picture of a thumbprint on the throat, I would say, absolutely. I don't know if they've been altered because of all the, alligators in the backyard photos and all the other blob pictures and things. I don't think this is altered. The shadows seem to be correct. I'm not an expert in photography, criminal photography, or whatever they want to call it. I don't see that this is altered.
Yeah, titter tatter, you don't have to leave. Let's just drop TL. I did see Miss Ann passed away today. I meant to mention that earlier. Thank you, Shauna.
Oh, that is so sad. I didn't know that. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Okay. So someone said maybe around his eye. I think that may be a shadow off the stem of his glasses. But I'm not sure. I'm not an expert.
I would like. I'm sorry.
You go ahead, honey.
I'd like to see his eyes right after that happened because they have petechiae. It's like broken vessels if you push too hard, and you always see it in autopsies. I've seen it in people that survived as well, and it's a pressure that causes petechiae in the eyes, and it's just these little lines. I'd be curious to know, and they usually clear up pretty quick if he had those, because that would totally be why there's an investigation. If he had petechiae and that bruise, there's a full blown investigation. Had to be. Had to be.
I can't tell well enough, but I do know what I'm seeing on the neck looks like a perfect thumbprint.
I'd like to ask Katie, which I know she can't tell,
Right.
but I'd like to know if he had petechiae.
The left.
I'm sorry, what?
GG of 3 says there appears to be a bruise on the corner of his left side lip. I see what you're talking about. But again, I'm not sure with the shadows.
Austin, you need to go get in the corner. I'm just saying.
Sinrissa says, I have a weird question. Why freckles in one but not the other? I can give you that answer because my son does this. In the summertime, his freckles are very prominent. But then in the winter, his face is ivory. So it's just some kids, that's just the way it is. Music City Mom, Miss Ann Horn is the one who passed away. Summer Girl, yes. Katie took this picture. This is the one on the flyer with the optimism shirt. There's been some controversy around it since the very beginning.
Maybe that's the picture that Katie supposedly shoved in Seth's face when he noticed the shoes were missing. And she felt like he needed to be reminded of a pending investigation. Maybe.
Austin, I just got your email. Thank you, love. Yeah, I'm seeing the moles on the left side of his neck. What we're talking about the bruise would be about center in the middle of his neck. It looks like a bruised thumbprint, possibly.
Actually, you can do it to yourself as an experiment. If you grab yourself by the neck, which is ridiculous, but play along, where's your thumb land? Right there. It's the same thing as if you're going to put it on someone else, same thing. That's where your thumb lands.
Okay, let's see. Right here in this photo, you can see it a little bit better because it is more zoomed in on him. You can see the brown tinge to it. Sinrissa says, I do see a possible bruise.
I wonder if there was a CPS or CPS case open from that. Because the plates are there.
Information that we're ever going to be privy to?
No.
Because with CPS?
No. And that information that Seth, the fat bastard, got from CPS, he won't even release. Oh, I'm sorry, to release to the public like he said he was going to, because it's a nothing burger. In my opinion.
Miss W says on her TV she can really see it. Yeah, on my monitor I can really see it too. Straight Talker says, I remember BHB pointing it out as well. Yes, several Green Team did, but they had the narrative that Chris or Katie had done it. I don't know if you were in here earlier, Miss W, when we went through the bruise chart. I'll pull it back up. But from what we were seeing, the bruise looks to be about 8 days old.
And strangulation. Basically, you're taking someone's life in your hands. So I don't know what triggered that. I believe it probably did happen just based on his instability with Seth and his fits of rage. I mean, it's the ultimate power play, right? You've got somebody staring at you, begging to breathe, and you're keeping them from taking a breath. It had to be terrifying.
That lines right up to when he was with Seth. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. I just don't think Seth can regulate his emotions. I don't. When we used to do parole reports, for pre-sentencing or pre-release or whatever they wanted us to do, that was one of the big things is I better not say that. Carry on. I don't want to get you in trouble.
Dolly should make a soap named T-Rev Come Clean, in my opinion.
Oh my
T-Rev,
God.
guys, I do think knows something that guy.
Yes. And whatever T-Rev knows, it has mucked him up. It has just messed him up bad.
All right, guys. Carl's wanting one more thumbs up so we can get to 125. So if you haven't hit that thumbs up, please do. Yes, Christy Sunshine. Remember, Ellie was called to Seth's place a week prior, wasn't it? Yes, ma'am. Lines right up with the bruise. That's why I'm saying, do your research, form your own opinion. This is my opinion that there may have been something happen from what I'm seeing. It is what it is. What was it they were saying? That's all it is and there is no more? What was that OLOP video?
The video that sticks out with me in OLOP, there's a leg attached to it, so can't unsee it.
Hilarious.
I know. I just can't unsee the leg.
Straight Talker said that's it, that's all. That's it, that's all. Okay, now Carl wants 3 more thumbs up, guys.
Come on.
He's pushing tonight. He's wanting to get 130.
We can do it.
T-Rev was on today about going to FBI, I misread that. Going to Florida and throwing some stuff about people he wouldn't say names. Choo Choo says, I'm willing to bet that Chris and Katie were told not to speak about the Ellie involvement at Fat Bastards, in her opinion. Yeah, and I know for a fact that a FOIA has been made on that. And it was made by SF Investigates, and they came back and told him they weren't going to release the FOIA because it was still part of an open investigation.
And yeah, and it just goes to a pattern of behavior that they look at for all the parents. I mean, Chris came straight out and said, I spanked him with a belt. Okay, I personally love Medea, and I don't have a problem with that. Spanking your children doesn't bother me one bit, and I wish they do it more often in public schools. Not in the school, but parents do it. Now, is that the same as abuse? Nope, not even close. So, parent your child the way that you want to. And if Chris and Katie agree that he could get swatted with a belt, okay. He didn't beat him. So, He didn't leave marks on his neck.
No. Miss W wants 2 more thumbs up. All right, Senrissa, thank you. Shauna M says Tennessee still has corporal punishment in schools.
Oh.
I didn't know that. Island High says, did T-Rev break up with Panty Girl? Yeah, they're no longer together. I think she kicked him to the curb. Yeah, Carl says, I think she tossed him. All right, Carl's pushing for even more. Now he's trying to hit 135. Carl, good job being my producer.
That's right.
Does anybody else want to come up and speak on anything? Because if not, I'm going to go ahead and end it. I've been on a lot today, and my eyes are tired.
Yes. You were on earlier, and that was a great show with the skeletons. I got to rewatch the part I missed. Excellent job.
And the next couple days is going to be spotty of when I'm on and when I'm not. We've got family coming in. I thought my grandma's services was going to be Saturday. They moved them till Friday. And then my husband has surgery on his ankle next week. He's having a full replacement on his ankle. So
that's a lot.
Yes.
Well, we're here for you.
I appreciate that. And Sunday is going to be my daughter's birthday. If you guys don't mind lighting a candle for her, saying a prayer.
Yep. You got it.
I really appreciate that. I appreciate all the support you guys have gave me this week. Carl saying 4 more, please. Thank you, Miss W. I'm sad about Grandma, but at the same time, Grandma was 95. We had talked about it. The family had talked about it. She had 13 children. There's 4 left. She's buried her children. She has went through losing grandchildren. She lost great-grandchildren when my daughter passed away, and she's even lost great-great-grandchildren. So I'm sure heaven was wide open, and there was a joyous celebration of all of our loved ones waiting on her.
Absolutely.
And I know my baby girl is happy to have her mama with her. That's right, Carl. She is in a better place, a much better place than any of us are. So,
you know, as a Mennonite in the Bible, it talks about how those that have left us are like in a coliseum in heaven almost. That's watching us. Just watching us. So I've always believed that.
Carl says 3 more. Music City Mom, I do believe Granny is dancing with loved ones. Granny loved to dance. And she loved her family. She absolutely loved her family. She worked until she was about 85 years old. Wow. She was a waitress for Ryan's. Do you guys remember Ryan's, the buffet?
Oh my God. Best food ever. The rolls. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she waitress. She cleaned house. She was just an amazing woman. She did all of her canning. Just truly amazing. Oh, Amanda, that's amazing. She said my mom's headstone says Dancing with Jesus.
Oh, that's so, you know what? I'd like to have that on mine. Of course, I'm hoping not to go for a while, but I am 61. It's time to start thinking of those things.
I was amazed when we went to get my daughter's headstone at, you can do anything on them now.
Oh,
Hers,
wow.
hers has her photo on it. And it's absolutely beautiful.
Have you heard of Matthew Guerrero and Savannah Soto? They were murdered. She was pregnant. And in Texas, I was really helping with that case. And they have a QR code on the gravestones. And if you play it,
Yes,
it shows them alter their life. It's so cool.
We have the QR codes. You can purchase them from Amazon. That was
wow.
something my therapist had suggested after.
Aw.
And you just hold your phone up there and it's loaded with videos and pictures of her. And like when we go over there with the baby, because my daughter is buried at our farm. We have our own family cemetery, but when we go over there with the baby, you know, he can watch pictures and videos and stuff of his mom.
That is only the second time I've heard of that. That's fascinating to me. It's a great way to honor the person. That's awesome.
I've never heard of it. And like I said, my therapist is the one that told me about it. And she said, you know, maybe it'll make it easier for you to go.
Yeah, that does make sense.
And, you know, my husband had put in a little bench area. So, you know, when I go and talk to her, I can watch videos also if I want.
Oh, that's very cool.
So, all right, guys, I am going to, let me see who's on that I can send you guys to. I don't even know who's online or who's live right now.
I think QB, but I'm not sure.
I didn't know that, Carl. Let me see. The Have Bar is live, so let me go ahead and set that up. I've got to do it on both streams. I hope I'm sending you guys to the right one and not the vertical. There's no way to tell in our studios. All right, guys. Have a great night. I love you guys very much, and I will see you as soon as I can.
"16 years, a shining light, Sebastian's laughter filled the night. From Hendersonville, his story's known, a boy with a heart that felt like home. His smile could chase the clouds away, he made the darkest moments fade. Touched so many near and far, left his mark on every heart. Bring Sebastian home, let the world see the love that awaits the family. He's more than a face on a missing sign, he's a son, a friend, a hope in our minds. Bring Sebastian home, don't let go, he's loved by many, let him know. We're searching, praying, holding on, until Sebastian's safely home. Every street and every door echoes with the hope for more, of laughter, stories, dreams to share, a world that's missing him somewhere. His kindness grew in every friend, a gentle soul, a helping hand. The memories linger strong and true, we won't rest until we find Sebastian home, let the world see the love that awaits the family. He's more than a face on a missing sign. He's a son, a friend, a hope in our minds. Bring Sebastian home, don't let go. He's loved by many, let him know. We're searching, praying, holding on until Sebastian's safely home. If you see his smile, don't turn away. Help us bring him back today. Every heart that he has touched is reaching out, missing him so much. Bring Sebastian home, let the world see the love that awaits the family. He's more than a face on a missing sign. He's a son, a friend, a hope in our minds. Bring Sebastian home, don't